Namaste, this is Mahesh here. Today we'll be talking about Dashavidha Paapa, which is explained in Ayurveda, which is actually a root cause of many of the illness that we face nowadays. So before going into that, I would like to tell about little bit about Ayurveda. So Ayurveda is divided into 8 branches, at least 1000 to 700 BCE, meaning like at least it is a proven science since thousands of years. And all this information, whatever I'll be telling, it is from the books. I'm just a parrot reading it and repeating it, with few minor opinion by experience or uh, by experience. And then the parampara of Ayurveda itself is coming from Brahma, then to Daksha Prajapati, then to Ashwina Kumaras, and then to Indra, and then down the line, all the information right now we will be looking at is from Ashtanga Hridaya and then below. So Dashavidha Paapa, it is sins. So what does sin do for you? The sin will cause a problems for you. So what problems? Like you will have some illness. So that's the problem. So we need to be aware of this and at least try not to do this, so that you will in future it will not cause any illness in your body. So they are categorized into three: body, speech, and mind. So regarding body, himsa, violence. So violence, we should not do violence in terms of bodily as well as mind. So we should not harm anybody in bodily as well as in mind. So some people say Ayurveda has references of meat also. So how do you say? So that's why they call himsa. So for the survival, so Ayurveda is not only for the Brahmins or anybody. Ayurveda is for everyone. So to protect ourselves or to protect the human race or protect the community, the himsa is not actually, that is not himsa actually, that is self protection, but that is there, and they're allowed to eat a meat. So Ayurveda is for everyone. So in that sense, they are not doing himsa. Basically they are self protection. So himsa means you are actually harming someone who has with no purpose or with ill intention. So that is himsa. So himsa of any living beings, it's not about only the human beings or any living beings. Himsa, so that will create a impression in your mind, and then it will cause a illness in future or in now. So all karmas, it is said that it will have three forms. It is seed form, and then a plant, and then it will become a fruit. Whenever it is a fruit only, you will face that problem. So yeah, himsa is one of them. So living being and including oneself also, you should not cause violence to yourself also, like suicide or something. So you should not cause himsa to others and as well as yourself. So that is one of the papa. And then stealing, asteya. So stealing means you should not steal anybody else's and be dishonest of anybody else's possession. So if you have this kind of thing, then you will be self-oriented. You will not be you will not look at others for others properties to steal, or you will not be dishonest. So you should always try to possess yourself, what by earning or by right means. You should not possess by dishonest or by engaging in dishonest or by stealing. That is second one, asteya. And parastri gamana. So you can see gamana. So gamana means just looking at it. So you should not see the other than your spouse. You should not look at other partners for any pleasure. So we should. That is the third papa. So if you look at it, you will face problem now or in future. Everybody knows about that. So yeah. So this is the third. And next we will be talking about speech. So we should not lie, we should not say false speech. So speaking untruthfully is one of the papas. So you should always speak truthfully, and you should be polite about speaking truth. And sometimes what is truth also it matters. So if there is a lie which will harm anybody, that is also again a again a false. So our guru says that, for example, a guest comes to your house, and there is only X amount of food, but you serve him, and you say, and they'll ask you whether you had food. You can, that time you can say, yeah, I had, because there the duty is to serve him, and also not to create a guilt in his mind that all the food he has taken. So that way it is good, but you should always try to speak truthfully, which is also pleasant to others. And slander, speaking ill about others, so, and also spreading rumors. So you should not speak ill about others, especially in, I think, in no scenario you can speak ill about others, other than if they are really bad and you are truthful about them. So you should not speak ill about others and untruthful. So that is one. And speaking harshly to, the third one is speaking harshly or abusively. So as I said, you should try to be polite. And if you are not polite and your nature is to be harsh, you should take some therapy, or you should try to be pleasant, so that other people will not curse you. So all these things actually will cause problems mind related, and it will, as I have seen in many past life regression, these are the causes of taking another birth. All this will cause taking another birth and having false relationships and so many other things. Once you see only, you will know. So don't try to be harshly or abusive. Try to solve the problem. You will not lose anything. Try to solve the problem, or you can stop talking to them instead of being harsh or abusive. Try to solve the problem. I mean, once you solve the problem, you will not have problem. In the other person also will not have problem. So try to be gentle and polite, and engaging in pointless or idle chatter. So this will also cause many problems. So instead you don't speak, or you do something which is favorite to you, instead of speaking any pointless idle chatter. So some people, just to ask some question, they will be asking question, but they don't take any action on it. If the answer is given, they don't take any action. So that is also a pointless idle chatter. So be mindful of it, and try to develop the opposite of Papa is Punya. So try to develop the opposite, where you can speak only when it is necessary, and also for the good reasons. So that will be a very nice habit that you can develop. And mind related, so the excessive desires. So excessive desires don't have material possessions. So try to get the try to get whatever is necessary, but not in excessive. So that excessive will cause you lot of problems, because first you will lose your health, because your desires are more than your capacity. Then you will go beyond your physical strength, or your physical capability. So you will try to work day and night, then you will lose the health, and then when you go at the end of the life, then you realize that all this I have done is because is done, but my health is not good. So this way you will take another birth. Basically, you can take another birth where to learn just this lesson. So if you learn this lesson just by the acharyas have told, then you no need to take another birth. So it will save you a lot of problems that you face self-learning. So you need to just learn the lesson, so that from your heart, so that you will end up not learning by hard lessons. Anyways, you have to learn. So I am sure that you have to learn you each life is to learn a lesson. So if you don't learn, then you will be end up in birth after birth after birth. I have seen that. At least I have seen as a PLR. I have seen many of them. So learn a lesson. Why recognize why you have taken a birth? What is the lesson that you need to learn in this life, and move on, because you have to go from first to second standard, second to third standard, then continue until you reach the goal. So that is our life. Each life is a lesson that you can learn. Until you learn that lesson, you continue going on. So, and the third one is you develop harboring negative intentions toward others. So if you develop a negative intentions towards others, you end up taking another life. That's what I have seen. um, mm, that will also cause a lot of problems in terms of so mind is the root cause of most of the illnesses. So just try to not to develop negative emotions. If you have any problems, talk to them, solve it right then and there only, so you will not have a long term negative intentions towards others. And false views, holding incorrect and distorted beliefs. So many people will realize that it's a distorted belief, but because they are following or their family is following, they follow even after knowing even this is distorted. So that is again a papa, actually, according to our acharyas. So if you know that it is a problem, it is a incorrect or a false thing that you are following, belief that you are following, you at least try to stop it, or you will learn why it is being followed. Or if you know that there is a reason to follow, then you can follow, because then it will not be incorrect. So if you know that it is 100% incorrect, but if you are still following that belief, so that will be very bad. For example, let's say if there is any ritual which actually causes harm to others, so that should be stopped, because causing harm to others is a distorted belief. So then you need to stop it, or you have to see like what else can be followed other than this ritual. So something like that. I'm just giving an example with my limited knowledge, but there can be thousands of scenarios where this kind of things are there in your life. So observe all these things and see where you are developing this papa, and it will end up suffering. So I am trying to just stop this. Acharyas have tried to stop this. So with this information, this is about Dashavidha Paapa, which actually saves your life, which is mentioned in Ayurveda. And lastly, about me, about our goal or aim is to guide towards the healthy body, mind, and good karma. So towards that, I am creating this content about Ayurveda. This is about Ayurveda, and I am also a trained and certified past life regression therapist, and transpersonal hypnotherapy, and inner child healing. Meaning, if you have any trauma or any fear, or if you have any relationship issues or anything, actually anything which is related to mind, we can try to solve it. And then we have a farm 100 kilometers from Bangalore. So we are trying to grow there a natural way, positive way, fruits and vegetables. And I am also reader and learner of Ayurveda, and reader and learner of Bhagavad Gita, from where I take the wisdom from. And I am also I also read the I also read from other scriptures, but not the religious aspect, but the spiritual aspect of it. I am forever a student, and I would like to quote a Bhagavad Gita shloka from chapter 16, shloka 21. There are three gates leading to the hell of the self-destruction for the soul: lust, anger, and greed. So we have talked about greed in the Dashavidha Paapa. So therefore one should abandon all three: lust, anger, and greed. So these are the gates which will lead the soul to hell. So just imagine. Um, so we should always be aware of lust, anger, and greed. Lust, anger, and greed. Lust, anger, and greed. Lust, anger, and greed. We should be aware of this. If our mind or body is taking towards that, we should always try to stop it. Lust, anger, and greed. With this information, I would like to take off today. Thank you. Jai Dhanvantari.